I'm so glad to see all of you today. My name is Carrie Lemke. I'm the director in the Teacher Education Office. And I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate our graduates. So if you'll help me with this is such an exciting time because if you'll talk to any of them, they'll tell you that they're my kids. And that's how I see them. I know they're grown people, but I still see them as my kids. And you guys today are moving to my colleagues, and I'm super excited about that. So I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. But a little bit of words of wisdom for you. I don't want you to let anyone look down on you because if you're young. You're brand new teachers, okay? Be an example in all you say and all you do and the way you live and the way you love. Okay, I'm so proud of you, so proud of you. So you've worked so hard. But we also know that this graduation did not happen in a vacuum, that there's people here that helped do that. So if you are a parent, a spouse, a child, a family member of one of our graduates, if you would please stand and let us recognize you. And then one of our most important groups of people that none of this would have happened without is, hands down, we have the best faculty in the world in teacher education at Eastern New Mexico University. So if you're a faculty member, a support person, anyone, if you will please stand up and be recognized. Most of our faculty are in the balcony. So thank you. Can we thank them for the job that they have done? And there are two ladies that have worked tirelessly to make sure that this happened. Everything went off without a hitch, and it has. They've just done absolutely amazing. My assistant, Adri Delgado, and our amazing Ebony Cooper. Adri and Ebony are amazing, so thank you, ladies. I want to take a second to introduce and allow them to come say a few words to you. Our Dean, Dr. Lee Hurin, and our Associate Dean, Dr. Becky Davis.
Thank you, Carrie. It's so nice to have you back with us. We missed Carrie last semester from this event, but it's so great to have, we all feel a little more comfortable having you here with us. Thank you. Parents, friends, family, thank you so much for helping us get to this point. We know that our students can't do it by themselves. We were students once ourselves, and we know the support that's needed there, and we appreciate all that you've done. Thank you. Faculty, how awesome to be in your presence again. Thank you for all that you do. Likewise, without your help and support, where would any of us be? So thank you all for your help and support. Students, we're jealous. We wish that we were in your situations again. I reflect often when I'm at the events like this of the beginning, the starting. You only get that opportunity one time, right? Your first year, your student teaching, your teacher residency, that's a one-time opportunity. Your first year, the growth that takes place is incalculable. Your opportunities that lie in front of you. I want to share just one. I often reflect on experiences that I've had that have moved or changed me in my life, and I share different stories, and I try not to repeat the same ones over again, but I lose track of which ones I've shared when. About 40 years ago, I was a young high school student, and I wasn't necessarily lost. You'll have lots of students like me, I think, that aren't lost. But nonetheless, they don't know exactly where they're going or what they're doing. And then somebody comes into their life, and likewise, somebody came into my life as a young high school student. I enjoyed running. I enjoyed other sports as well. But this man that came into my life named Alan had been an Olympic athlete himself, and asked me about my goals, and I hadn't really considered my goals or what they were. But that very day, I took seriously that question: what are my goals, and what do I want to accomplish? And I sat down with him in a week, and we detailed some of those goals. And I won't extend the story too long, but nonetheless, a couple of years later, I was breaking school records and breaking county records and going on to state championships, and then a college scholarship was awarded to run. And I was more focused on my studies because of his example and the things that he had done in his life. And not only did I run at the collegiate level, but then ran professionally for a while and continued to pursue my education all along the way, the path, because he had done that in his life. And I continued to do it in mine and wanted to be more like him than I was like myself. And then, sort of amazingly, and sort of a twist of events, 40 years later, which was just a few months ago, I had opportunity again, and I had not seen this man for probably 37 years, had an opportunity to reunite with him. And I cannot explain the emotion, the feeling of being around him again because of the life changes that took place in my life and the things that I did differently because of him. And the reason I share this, maybe is obvious, is because you're that people. You're that people to others. Others will look to you for guidance, for help, for training, for support, for help in their educations, and you will make their lives better. You will make them different in a better, more positive way because of the profession that you have chosen. So when Miss Lemke said, be careful, don't just let, as a new teacher, people think that you're not one of the great ones. You are. And I always correct people when a teacher says to me, I'm just, and then they follow it with something about the teacher profession. I'll say something to the effect of, now wait a minute. You're just a person that saves lives. You're just a person that helps people. You're just a person that saves and betters, because that's what you do. And I thank you and I applaud you for choosing this great profession that's helped me. Thank you.
He's really kind of afraid to let me have the mic because, yeah. But I want to echo some of the things that Lee said. Thank you so much for sending us your children. We have prepared them to enter into adulthood with some skills that will make them valuable assets to our communities. I won't ask for a show of hands, but can you remember your first grade teacher's name? Yeah. And could you, at least through elementary school, junior high maybe, kind of remember all their names? So why is it that out of the thousands of people that we meet in our lifetimes that we could never generate a list of those names, we remember these names because of the importance that they played in our lives and the respect that we had for them and the gratitude that we had for them for teaching us things. Do you ever remember a time when you couldn't read? That's a hallmark moment when you master those skills. So I applaud you, students. You've given it all. You have gone through some maybe challenging times, but you've gone through some really great times too, and you're about to enter the most important profession in the world, because you prepare students for all other professions. So we're proud of you and so excited that you've come to this end of one journey and are about to enter into another. So I just have to give them a round of applause.
We have two sets of student groups that will be presenting stoles and cords, but I want to take just a moment. If you are in the room, and I know several of you are, if you're a part of Ed Rising, if you would please stand up real quick and allow us to give you a hand. They're in the back. Please stand. Y'all did all this work. So let me me tell you, these students are absolutely amazing, amazing. At 8 o'clock this morning, they were right here, moving tables, wiping, the chairs came dirty. They wiped the chairs down so you had a clean place to sit. They put up our backdrops. In a few minutes, they'll be serving you cake. They are absolutely wonderful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And a huge thank you to Dr. Tracy Campbell and Dr. Matthew Vetterly and their leadership with this program. They are fabulous. So thank you, Ed Rising. You are so wonderful to help us. And if you guys would come on up, we will do the Ed Rising chords.
Hi guys, I'm just going to give a quick history of Ed Rising. Ed Rising started as an honor society, in 1907 by the name of PDK, Pi Delta Kappa. It was an honor society that prided itself on having the upper echelon of educators. They wanted the best of the best. But in the early 2000s, they decided to sort of change the way they did things and change it to an organization with the prime goal of teaching education students skills about networking and skills that they can take into their educational career. We wanted to be an organization that could help any educator, not just the people we considered top echelon. And Ed Rising came into New Mexico in 2016 and is spread quickly through all the schools. It's still spreading now, and it's part of the reason that New Mexico has had such a surge of educators, but specifically such a surge of high-quality educators, and the people we'll be honoring here are no different. And sorry, I realized I forgot to introduce myself. I am the new president of Ed Rising, starting next semester. My name's Houston Gill.
I'm Otticelli, the former president of Ed Rising, and I want to just thank my chapter and all the opportunities that I have had to better myself as a future educator. And I want to call up all of our seniors. So when I call your name, please come up here. Dr. Vetterly is going to cord you and stay up here so we could get a picture. We have Rubelli Alvarez. Olivia Daniels. Madison Hamilton. Maya Medrano. Maggie Ruiz. And then me.
It is such an honor to get to give the charge to our Educators Rising and to this senior class. This is a very special group. I absolutely love education, and one of the things that I really, really appreciate is that we get a fresh start every class. Every year you get to begin again. You get to take the lessons that you've learned and start again. You guys will get to do that after your student teaching. You'll start a new class in the fall. You get to make some new mistakes, you get to set some new goals, you get to try some different things. And I was thinking, there's very few professions in the world that actually get to do that. The only other one I could think of was professional sports. They get to have a new season every year, and they get to start again, and that's a neat thing. There's such a rare group of individuals that get to be professional athletes, and such a rare group that get to be very special teachers. In 1983, I guess the impetus of this is that every season is exciting because of the new recruits. So every school year is exciting because of these new recruits. And so in 1983, arguably the greatest draft class ever come through, with John Elway and Jim Kelly and, of course, Ken O'Brien if you're a Jets fan. They were out there, and that was the largest quarterback class that had come through, and they were very excited about that. And they showed several characteristics that you guys show, and that's what makes you exciting to me as an educator. The first thing being that you have perseverance. This is the class that lost their high school graduation to COVID. This is the class that got sent home because of COVID. This is the class that had to make the transition from in-person classes to online. And so they've shown that perseverance. That group of quarterbacks, they went on to play in 9 of 14 Super Bowls. They were really exciting, but you guys are equally as exciting, especially to an old school administrator like myself. So very excited about your perseverance. That class was innovative. They came up with the no-huddle offense. They had the quick release. They were very, very exciting with a mobile quarterback in John Elway. You guys are innovative. You are the first group to really take the teacher residency to the next stage, to the next level. Very, very exciting about that. Teacher residency is a full year student teaching. It is unbelievable, and New Mexico is leading the nation in that. We are going to be the most exciting, and Eastern has the best program in the state. So very, very proud of you for that. You're the group that's taking on AI. You're going to be the first group of teachers that really has that in your classrooms, that has to address how we're going to teach with that and use those skills. So you're going to be innovators. And lastly, inspiration. That group from 1983 was really the first time adults started wearing other people's jerseys. They were excited about that. And every playground in America, the kids were pretending to be Dan Marino or Jim Kelly or Eric Dickerson. They were excited about being that. And that will be you. You will be those inspiration. If you think about why you got into education, it's probably a teacher. So when you're in your classroom, this is where your charge comes in. When you're in your classroom and you have somebody who's extremely bright, you say, that looks like a future teacher to me. Or when you see somebody that has really great leadership skills, you say, you could manage a classroom, and we're excited about that. And when you have a knucklehead who doesn't really follow directions, you think, you know what? That's probably a future principal. So never forget the value of encouragement. So really encourage your students. I stand here today because of encouragement. Dr. Good encouraged me when I was finishing my master's to continue on. She said she saw something in me, and it was just those kind words that I see something in you that move you forward, that can take you to the next level. So I thank you, Dr. Good. I thank our professors. I thank our team. And I thank our fans and our families that are here. Just like that class in 1983, they were leaving the college to become a professional. You're leaving to become a professional. Your schools need you. So we ask that you be persistent, that you be innovative, and you be inspirational. So go forth and stamp out ignorance. Make us proud. We're all rooting for you. We're here for you. When you're ready to begin your master's program, please see our registrar up front. And go forth and stamp out ignorance and make every day count. Thank you.
Our second student organization is Kappa Delta Pi, and I don't want to steal your thunder. This is Dr. Cindy Bench, Dr. Mark Feiner, and Miss Emily Mizell. Come on up.
turned around as I was listening to the last speaker, and I asked Dr. Viner if he had a sports analogy speech to give, and he said no, so I'm sorry. All right, good morning. I am Dr. Cindy Binge, one of the sponsors for Kappa Delta Pi Honor Society for Educators. With me to present our graduating members with their stoles are Emily Mizell, our current president of the ENMU chapter of KDP, and Dr. Mark Viner, lead sponsor. Members of Kappa Delta Pi espouse the idea that education is a vital societal force that encourages universal welfare and individual progress. Education is the cornerstone of our democracy and the foundation for personal fulfillment. The graduating members of Kappa Delta Pi who will receive their stoles today have vowed to advance the society's ideas, which include fidelity to humanity and faithfulness to the adherence to the pursuit of science, service, and hard work. They have also accepted the concept of duty, which was established when the organization was founded over 100 years ago. As 6 of our graduating members receive their stoles today, we remind them once again of these ideals and ask them to renew their vow of commitment to the advancement of these ideals. As I call your name, please step forward to accept your KDP stole and remain on the stage so that we can applaud your accomplishments after all members have received their stole. Araceli Lopez. Serena Rodriguez. Olivia Daniels. Margarita Ruiz. Madison Hamilton. And Caitlin Rowe. Will you please give another round of applause to our graduates?
So let me tell you just a little bit about our medallions. Most of these graduates, now excuse me, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to saying that. Most of these graduates, just a few years ago when they began the program, were pinned. And they were pinned with a tiny medallion that represented their coming into the teacher education program. And of course it matches now the medallion that they'll wear tomorrow at graduation. I hope you still have both, and we'll enjoy those, remembering the fun years in between there. So I wanted to kind of give a reference to our medallions and then the pinning ceremony. Leah Aguilar Pena.
Hi, my name is Leah Aguilar, and I did the teacher residency program in Dexter, New Mexico in a kindergarten classroom. And it was just such an amazing experience. I learned so much about teaching, collaborating with colleagues, and working with younger students. And it was just such a memorable time. And it was so exciting that I also get to work there in the fall as a kindergarten teacher.
Rubelli Alvarez.
Hey guys, my name is Rubelli Alvarez. I had the joy of doing student teaching at Clovis High School, where I taught general chemistry, AP chemistry, and an inclusion chemistry class. I'm thankful that I get to go back to Clovis High as a physics and AP biology teacher. I get to see my students once more, and that's all I can ask for. I do have a letter one of my students wrote me. To put in perspective, one of the blessings I had this semester was getting to go to the HOSA State Conference with the HOSA chapter at ENMU, or at CHS. HOSA is an organization meant for students wanting to go into the healthcare field. Funny enough, Rubelli Alvarez was part of that chapter back when he was in high school, and the same advisors were the same advisors as it is today. So, whole circle trip. I'm going to read this letter, and I'm going to try not to cry. Bear with me. I'll probably cry. Mr. Alvarez, I remember the first day he started in my chemistry class. I was telling myself I wasn't going to like him or him taking over teaching the class. None of us would talk to him or ask questions, but as I got to know him, he played a major role in the choices I made and the way I started holding myself to a higher standard. His dad jokes still need some work. Mr. Alvarez has truly shown each and every one of us what it means to have trust and passion for what he does. When we didn't understand something, Mr. Alvarez would always sit down with us one-on-one and explain in a way we would get it in different ways to do something about it. This past year has become better just by him being the teacher I have always hoped for. My grades have become so much better, and he has been so engaged with us. If there were more teachers like him, we would all be invested in what we do. He has honestly been someone that has grown on us. He has never given up on any of us. When us students get overwhelmed or frustrated, Mr. Alvarez has the opportunity to prove himself. I got to know him on a personal level this past weekend. He guided us every step of the way with words of encouragement and strength. If you know Mr. Alvarez, then you know he always makes a joke in the most awkward or serious moments. I could tell you guys a joke right now if you'd like. Whether he stays here at the high school in Clovis or not, trust that Mr. Alvarez will always do the right thing. At this point in my life, he has helped me make those good decisions.
Jessica Comanche.
Hello, my name is Jessica Comanche. I was placed at the Mescalero Apache Elementary School in kindergarten, and my student teaching experience has been a roller coaster of emotions. I started not knowing what being a lead teacher entails, but I have enjoyed the ride so far. To see the smiles on my students' faces when they see me and them telling me they love me with hugs is so heartwarming, and it makes me realize I'm where I'm supposed to be. This whole experience has been fun, exciting, and exhausting, but I wouldn't change a thing, and I only hope to continue my teaching journey at Mescalero Apache Elementary School as a kindergarten teacher this fall. Thank you.
Jasmine Contreras.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do this without crying, so just bear with me, okay? Okay. Frightening, energetic, inspiring, and remarkable are the words I would use to describe my student teaching experience. Before I had begun teaching, I spent most of my time in courses that taught me how to manage classroom behaviors, analyze data, and how to help our students succeed. However, there was one thing that the university never prepared me for, and that was how to say goodbye to my 75 students that I built relationships and spent so much time with. Over the course of 5 months, I spent so much time building trust and friendships with my students, hoping that they understood that I was on their side, and I would do anything to help them succeed. I truly believe that had it not been for my mentor, teacher, and students, I would not be the educator I am today. Throughout my student teaching experience, my mentor teacher showed me what it means to be an advocate for my students and how teaching is supposed to be fun and inspiring. I can recall many times where I wanted to quit because I didn't have what it takes to be an educator. But I'm so glad I persisted because I would not have the opportunity to make the connections I did with my mentor, teacher, and students. Thank you to ENMU for giving me this opportunity and for providing me with all the knowledge needed to succeed. Finally, I want to say thank you to all my professors and mentors who made this possible, especially Brian Hurst, Tala Esperat, and Carrie Lemke. You showed me what it means to be an educator, and I hope to continue inspiring others like you did me. Thank you.
Olivia Daniels.
Hi. I didn't write anything down, but I probably should have. So my name is Olivia, and I was a traditional student teacher, which means I did all of my student teaching in the spring. But I was so lucky because I got to be with the same group of kids from August until now. And those fourth graders will just always have a special place in my heart because I just love them so much. Oh my gosh, I wasn't gonna cry. Mrs. Culpepper welcomed me into her classroom with such open arms, and she was so sweet to me. And I don't think that I would be a quarter of how prepared I am now if it wasn't for all the things that she taught me and all the things that I got to do in her classroom. And I also just want to say a really big thanks to everybody at ENMU and to the student organizations here. I had the honor of being president of both organizations, both Ed Rising and Kappa Delta Pi, while I was a student here. And the faculty here is just so sweet, and my family and my friends, I couldn't do this without you. And I will be teaching special education in the fall.
Ben Davis.
Hello, I'm Ben Davis. I completed my student teaching at Artesia Junior High School with 8th and 9th graders. And the biggest highlight for me throughout student teaching has just been building relationships with students. It's pretty awesome to start off the year as strangers, but end with high fives and hugs in the hallways. It's just been a great experience. And I do have a job lined up this fall in Artesia. And I'll keep mine short and sweet, but I just want to thank my wife Brianna and my son Brantley for just being a constant motivation throughout this journey. That's all I have to say.
Christy Earl.
Hello, I'm Christy Earl. I'm currently finishing my residency at Tucumcari Middle School. I've been teaching 7th and 8th graders since August, and it's definitely been a highlight for me to be able to see these kids grow, not only emotionally and maturity-wise, but also see them intellectually grow as I have taken over the classroom little by little.
Sarah Gilchrist.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I've been doing my residency program in a school I grew up in, so it's good to be able to give back to my community in a 3rd grade classroom. And I have a 1st grade position for the fall.
Joseph Gonzalez.
Let me move this up a little. Hi, my name is Joseph Gonzalez. I did my student teaching at Portales Junior High School. I think one of my biggest highlights from the whole year was at the end of my student teaching, my cooperating teacher handed me a box full of letters. Some were nice, some were, not so nice, 7th graders. But one that really stuck out to me, it was really simple, and it just said, thank you for speaking to me in Spanish. I understand it better. And that reminds me of something that my mother told me, that I should always be proud of being able to help someone who only really speaks Spanish. And that's what I was able to do with these students. We had a lot of English language learners. Portales Junior High School has a 70% Hispanic Latino population, so there's a lot of students that didn't speak English very well, and I was able to help them out throughout the school year, so I was really proud of doing that. I'd also like to give a special thank you to my mom. She supports me with everything I do. Miss Dr. Stewart and Miss Lemke, they were always there to, answer my emails, or Dr. Stewart would get really late, last minute, 10 a.m. emails about doing observations at 11, but she was always happy to come, and I just like to say thank you. I couldn't have done without y'all.
Madison Hamilton.
Hi, my name is Madison Hamilton. I am finishing up my residency at James Elementary. I'm in a first grade classroom. I have had the amazing opportunity to work alongside amazing coworkers. I've built so many friendships. Thank you to my cooperating teacher, Noelle Segala. You have taught me so much. I want to give an amazing thank you also to a lot of my professors. Ms. Lemke. You guys have had given me amazing support whenever I need it. Thank you, Dr. Vetterly, for always being there when I need it. Thank you, Dr. Wagner, for pushing me and letting me really strive to do my best. Thank you, Dr. Bench and Dr. Viner, for all of your support. Thank you so much to my family. It really means a lot. It's been a rough year. It's been a tough one. So thank you so much for all of your support. And thank you to all of my friends, my teacher friends that I've made this year. You guys have really helped me to learn my students and have a great time, make learning fun. So yeah, thank you.
Caitlin Janeway.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Janway. I did my student teaching in a kindergarten classroom in Carlsbad School District. I had many highlights over the course of my student teaching, such as the people I worked with and the holidays that we got to celebrate as a class and the relationships I formed with my students. However, there is one highlight that stands out to me. When I started my student teaching, I would work with a student who didn't know their ABCs or letter sounds, and they couldn't write their name. So to help the student with their letter sounds and letter identification, I would use a picture card that was associated with a reading program in our district called Capit. And the student started to remember letters by associating them with the pictures from the Capit program. And in order for the student to write their name on their papers, I, along with my teachers, would write the student's name in a yellow marker, and the student would trace their name. And when I finished my student teaching, the student was not only writing their first name, but their last name as well, with no assistance. The growth that I've seen in this student's academics is the best highlight that I could ask for. Not only did I see growth in this particular student, but in the student's peers as well. The students learned to be kind to each other. They learned to work as a team, and all the students with the exception of 3 out of 21 learned to read. I'm so grateful for the teachers I worked with for allowing me to teach while they gently guided me along the way. Thank you.
Miles Keith.
Hi, my name is Miles Keith. I student taught at Portales High School with the 9th grade U.S. History. Probably my favorite memory was I got invited to a freshman baseball game because I was teaching 9th grade, and it rained out the whole game, but I showed up, and the next day of class I told them to never invite me again to another game. So, but I just like to thank my parents for helping me so much throughout with support, and all the faculty. If I sat here and named all of them, we could be here all day. So much support from all of them, and all my peers that helped me when I was struggling as well with education and all the things like that. And then I'd just like to announce that I'll be continuing my master's at both my parents' alma mater. So, and that's what EDMU helped me with. So that's good.
Cheyenne Kelly.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne. I did my student teaching at Rio Rancho Public Schools. I did 3rd grade and 9 through 12. I will be the special ed teacher in Cuba in the fall. Thank you.
Danny Kennedy.
How's everybody doing today? Hey, I'm Danny Kennedy. I did my student residency at Gaddis Middle School in Clovis, New Mexico, teaching 7th and 8th grade history, New Mexico and U.S. And first, I'd like to thank God. I am who I am because of Jesus Christ. And also because of my amazing family. They are the reason that I did not go insane this entire school year during my residency. The long rants in the car with my dad as he just stared at the road in front of him, as well as my rants while working out, just about what happened in the day. And also, they say never meet your heroes, but I met them here at Eastern New Mexico University. I've said it my entire educational career, Carrie Lemke is my hero, as much as I drove Dr. Wagner up a wall with my procrastination, and Dr. Stewart with that environmental scan. They are my heroes. And I met you guys here, and I'd like to thank all of you for it. And I think my students aren't as sweet as Mr. Alvarez's students, but my favorite email of all time was, "You're my favorite old person. Don't let me catch you lacking." And I'd just like to thank you guys for coming out, and thank you for supporting us.
Minerva Lane.
First, I'd like to say how proud I am of each and every one of us, because teaching it's their most rewarding profession, but it can be challenging. I was placed in a kindergarten classroom at the same elementary school I went to, Washington Avenue Elementary. And my day is mixed of students constantly having to touch me, students needing their hugs, students touching you with unwashed hands. And I'm sure a lot of us, especially with the younger children, have experienced that. But I think the best thing about this entire program was the laughter I had with my students. I'll never forget my students, the parents, teachers, and the forever friends that I have made throughout this program. And I want to give a special thank you to my family and my best friend. And I just want to thank God for blessing me.
Araceli Lopez.
I'm Araceli, and I want to start off by thanking all of my family, my cooperating teacher in the back, all the professors that have became family, and my friends that are also my family. So I did my residency in a 4th grade math and science class. I now know how to multiply like 4 different ways. I can divide 2 different ways. But something that I learned would be to make learning fun. Learning should always be fun. It can be messy. It will be loud. And my favorite thing to do is dance. We dance. We play Just Dance in class, and it's fun. Gets the kids up and moving. And I want to tell you guys a joke. Are you ready? Why did the fish blush? Because he saw the ocean's bottom. So I didn't want to cry, so I had to tell a joke. And then I just want to tell you guys that I'm going to be a middle school language arts teacher in Floyd in the fall. So, yeah, thanks.
Isabella Lopez.
Hi guys, I'm Isabella Lopez. I student taught in Lubbock, Texas, and I was at an elementary school called Rush Elementary in a kindergarten position. I will be teaching within the Lubbock district next year. I'm very excited for that. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of the ENMU staff and faculty here. These last 4 years have not been easy, and they felt very, daunting. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, and then my friend did, and now I'm like, crap. But I'm so glad I'm graduating. I'm so glad, but that's all.
Maya Mondrano.
First off, I want to say thank you to my dad and my mom and my brother for being here. Jeez, man, they really don't prepare you to not cry up here. They have been by my side through it all. My dad even told me whenever I was smaller, I was born to be a teacher, and I was like, no, no, no. And I'm here to say I'm sorry, Dad. You were right. I would also like to say thank you to faculty members, Mrs. Limke, and especially Dr. Wagner and Dr. Stewart for always talking me off a ledge. If you know me, I always stress about something, and they were always there. This is a little long, and I apologize. Promise it has a good ending. I student taught in Carlsbad, New Mexico at the same middle school that I attended whenever I was younger. And my student teaching experience has been an emotional journey that has caused a whirlwind of emotions that can only be summed up in a brief experience. Maybe not so brief, but I apologize. The other day, I was waiting in the ER waiting room with my grandfather, who I am blessed to have watching online tomorrow morning, when these police officers bring in a boy with handcuffs. I thought nothing of it until they brought in a girl behind him. I immediately recognized the voice. She was screaming, struggling, and I quickly realized that it was one of my students. I felt as if everything was moving in slow motion. I could hear my heart racing. It was as if everything around me was collapsing, and all I could hear was her struggle. It took such a heavy toll on my heart and on my mind. And no matter what she did, all I could imagine was the quiet young girl who was closed off, scared, and angry at the world. Many teachers told me upon my arrival to school that she was one of the worst students in the school and that she was a lost cause. Yet I knew that she needed someone to care and that one person to give her another chance. During my time as her teacher, she opened up and began laughing and smiling in my class.
Even at one point, she gave me a hug and a drawing that is still stapled proudly to my board. At one point, she even complimented my music, which we all know, if a 13-year-old compliments you, they really mean it. All of these memories flooded my mind as I saw her resisting the officers and screaming for help. My heart broke. I could have done more. I could have helped her progress faster. I came to next school still very affected by her arrest. I put on my brave teacher face and was ready to conquer the day. However, that day I paid even more close attention to each and every student in my class. I noticed the smiles when I told them good morning. I noticed the frowns when I told them that I would miss the next day to be here. And I recognized their laughs when I messed up the secret handshake, even though I have to remember 50. That is crazy if you've ever had to memorize that much. And I realized how much of an impact I was making in their lives and how much of an impact we all can make in our students' lives. None of my students knew what happened the day prior, but hearing them tell me my classroom is a safe place and that I was a teacher unlike the rest, and that they would never forget how kind I was to just put the pieces of my heart back together. Cherishing those little moments makes every tough student and moments like the ER fade away. My students have truly guided me into becoming a teacher I always dreamed of being. And despite the hardships, I will continue to be their teacher and give them my all, no matter the circumstance. Teaching is by far the most rewarding job on the planet, and while it certainly has its moments, I couldn't imagine being anywhere with anyone else in the world, and I'm proud to teach there next year as their 8th grade teacher, and also anywhere in the world unless it's summer break. Thank you so much.
Elisa Montoya.
I stand before you today through the grace of God and the unwavering love and support of my family. Years ago, while riding the bus home from school one afternoon, one of my dearest friends asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I immediately replied, "A teacher." She looked at me with questioning eyes, asking if I really thought I could make it on a teacher's salary. At that point in time, New Mexico teachers were making half of what they earn today. But this was something I had already considered, so with strong conviction, I told her, "Though I may never own a mansion or even drive the newest car, I know teaching will be a fulfilling profession for me." As a little girl, I can remember playing teacher with my younger brother and cousins. I wholeheartedly enjoyed every minute of it, even when they made it hard on me because they didn't want to play teacher. Most times I was probably forcing them against their will because I just wanted to teach, whether they listened or not. Of course, age and experience taught me that forceful instruction is not teaching at all. Instead, I accumulated various teaching strategies geared towards teaching students of all different backgrounds. During my student teaching, I had 2 students who I will never forget. One was a high school senior who was struggling to graduate. This student would not do what my cooperating teacher asked of him, and this was something I could not just accept. Later, I came to find out that this poor child was having to live with a friend because his parents were out of the picture. I was determined to work one-on-one with this student, even tutoring him in other subject areas to give him a fair chance at succeeding, and he made tremendous progress. He went from not articulating anything to reciting a whole presentation, and I am proud to say this student is on track to graduate this May. The second child would outright refuse to work on anything no matter what I tried. This child was respectful and would verbally agree to my expectations, but at the end of the day, his paper was as blank as when I had handed it to him. I reached out to Mom on more than one occasion, but nothing changed. He would simply spend class on his phone, listening to his AirPods, not disturbing anyone. When my hope had nearly diminished, on one of my final days with him, he gave me one of the greatest gifts by responding with honest effort. For the first time in all semester, he pulled out his pencil and was able to connect to the lesson because it incorporated music, which I knew he enjoyed. I was so excited as I shared this with my cooperating teacher, and he told me that this was the first time in the 3 years that he's had him as a student that he's seen him produce any written work. Aristotle once said that educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all, and I firmly believe that these were the experiences that educated both my mind and my heart. As you can see, teaching is no easy job. In fact, I believe it is so much more than a job. It is the work of the mind, heart, and soul. A very special someone who was once my high school English teacher shared this with me. Once upon a time, there was a man walking on the beach. He looked down at the beach and saw a dancer. As he got closer, he noticed it was a young man reaching down to the shore, picking up small objects and throwing them into the ocean. He got closer and called out, "Good morning, may I ask what you're doing?" "Throwing starfish into the ocean," the young man replied. "Why?" the other man asked. To this, the young man said, "The sun is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them in, they'll die." "But young man, don't you realize there are miles and miles of beach and starfish all along every mile? You can't possibly make a difference." At this, the young man picked up another starfish, throwing it into the ocean, and replied, "It made a difference for that one." So to you, all the teachers out there, let it be known that you make a profound difference. Thank you.
Suzette Ramirez.
Hi, I'm Suzette Ramirez, sorry. I did my residency program at Mesa Elementary School in Ms. Gallego's class. First and foremost, I would like to thank God for allowing me to be here today. Secondly, I would like to thank my parents. Can you guys stand up, please? Because of you, I am here today, and I have learned to persevere and never give up. So thank you guys, and love you guys. Secondly, my children, can you guys please rise? Thank you for allowing me to be away from you this forever, it feels like. I love you guys. And third, my cooperating teacher, Ms. Gallego, can you please stand? I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be part of your class this semester. I enjoyed every little bit of it. I have learned so much from you. You are the best teacher out there. I definitely learned what it is to differentiate instruction because of you, and I thank you for that. Also, I learned that you're gonna get back from your students what you expect from them. So I just wanna say thank you. Because of you, I will be a better teacher. Thank you.
Gabby Ray.
My name is Gabby Ray. I did my student teaching in Dora, which is a K-12 school. I did physical education. I loved those kids, and I was very sad to leave them, but I am excited to say that I will be teaching physical education at the freshman high school in Hobbs, New Mexico next fall.
Haley Rodriguez.
So I'm Haley Rodriguez. I'm in the 4th grade at the moment at Roseland Elementary in Artesia, New Mexico. Something I realized throughout the school year is how much I've grown, not only my confidence, but also what I know. I started out very shy, not knowing what to do, very scared, and through the help of my Dr. Vetterly, Dr. Dito, and Dr. Espra, I grew so much to the point where I'm not as scared anymore. I still have that fear, but it's for different reasons. Now I feel hopeful, and I feel more confident in everything I do. And I want to talk to Espra a little bit, just because she helped me a lot. She took the time to learn about me and help me grow to who I am now. And this coming up year, I'm going to be teaching at Roseland still in the 3rd grade. And now I know that as long as I keep going and I keep practicing, I'm going to do better and better.
Serena Rodriguez.
I wasn't gonna wear heels for this purpose, but anyways, I'm Serena Rodriguez. I did my student teaching, my residency at Lindsay Steiner with 5th graders. They are brutal, I will say that. I've learned when they call you cool, as you said before, they mean it. And I've had my morning class, which is my behaved class, I can say that. My afternoon, which is my behavior class. And I would take a bullet for those kids. I absolutely loved them. Gosh, I can't. Sorry. I'm not a public speaker. I am an introvert and I'm a teacher. That's something my dad told me, why are you going to be a teacher? But I've learned so much throughout this year. I want to thank God. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. I would want to thank my family, my dad, my brother, all the struggles that we've been through. We made it. We did it. We're here. I'm just so excited. I want to thank my teacher, Debbie Nygren, if she's out there. I didn't see her. But I absolutely loved her. I loved her class. She made this year memorable. I've built so many relations with the staff, and without them, I wouldn't be the good teacher that I am today. So thank you.
Yvette Rodriguez.
Hi, I'm Yvette Rodriguez. I did my teacher residency at Brown Early Childhood Center, teaching kindergarten in a dual language classroom. And I feel like I'm a little biased. I feel like I had the best student teaching experience. I got to return back to my kindergarten building, and I got to teach alongside my mom. My mom is the reason why I'm here, and I want to be a teacher. And I'm so blessed that I got to work with her, and then my second mom, who I've known since I was 12. She was my cooperating teacher. I just feel so lucky and blessed, and te quiero mucho, mami, and I love you so much. And I'm so excited to be a teacher.
Caitlin Rowe.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Rowe. I did my residency at Military Heights in Roswell, New Mexico. I couldn't have been placed at a better school or with a better cooperating teacher. She was my 5th grade teacher, and I got to work with my mom at the school. I want to thank my mom for supporting me through everything, and the rest of my family, my boyfriend, Ms. Wunderlich, my cooperating teacher. She taught me everything I know, and the rest of my professors that I got to take my classes with, Dr. Espera especially, and I will be a 3rd grade teacher in the fall. Thank you.
Eileen Roman, excuse me.
Hello everyone, my name's Eileen Roman. I did my teacher residency at Missouri Avenue Elementary in Roswell. Oh, sorry, at the time my earring is poking me. Ow, okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, this experience has been so much fun for me. I'm in kindergarten with these kids, and I learned so much from them. You'd be surprised at things that they tell you. But they're funny, they're fun, and it's definitely been a challenge, but I mean, I can't wait to hopefully next year have the same interactions with these kids and just build those relationships with them and help them academically. And I mean, I guess it's not really a job if you love what you do, right? So hopefully, and yeah, and I also want to thank my professors and my mom and the support that everyone has given me. It's been an amazing help, and Dr. Esprott, I can't even see. There you are. Hi. Thank you for everything that you've done. I really appreciate all the feedback because you've helped me advance so much, and thank you.
Dalton Thatcher.
Hey, I did my student teaching there at Texaco High School. It was pretty cool because I got to teach kindergarten through 12th grade, so I saw all the kids every day. I would like to thank my parents and my wife and my new baby Stetson and Miss Lemke. She did everything for me. I mean, she's amazing. I did receive a job offer at Texaco, so I'll be back there teaching physical education and coaching 3 sports as well. So that'll be fun. Thank you.
Cree Stevens.
Hi, I'm Cree. I did my residency at James and Portales in the 2nd grade, and I learned so much from my cooperating teacher and those kids. They taught me more than I could ever teach them. And I want to thank my parents and my husband and Dr. Benj for always advocating for us along with Miss Lemke. And this program has been amazing. It's given me 2 of my best friends, Maddie and Araceli. I'm so thankful for y'all. And in the fall, I'll be wherever God decides I should be, so we'll see.
Margarita Ruiz.
I was placed here in Portales at Valencia Elementary in the 3rd grade math and science class, and I've had the amazing opportunity to have the best cooperating teacher. I might be a little biased, but she has taught me so much, not only in my professional career, but in my personal life as well. And I want to thank some of my professors and just faculty that have been in my life, Dr. Wagner, Dr. Betterly, and Dr. Benj. Anytime, as a first-generation college student, anytime that I was feeling down and I felt like I didn't belong here, they knew how to show me that I am where I'm supposed to be. And so I just really am thankful for them. I want to thank my family. They have been here every step of the way. And my amazing friends that I've made in college, they have been my second family here in Portales. And I love them so very much. And one of my favorite memories in my residency program, the first mistake that I made, my cooperating teacher told my students, "Tell Miss Reed she's still cool." So all my students told me, "Miss Reed, you're still so cool." And I got to prove how cool I am because of Dr. Benj. He's always hyping me and my cooperating teacher up, and we got to bring the camera crew to my classroom from the New Mexico Public Education Department, and they came and recorded how cool our class actually was, and they did amazing, and just to help promote this amazing teacher residency program. But I'm excited for the future, and whatever, like Cree said, wherever God wants me to be in the fall, I will be in the fall.
Tabby Tomlinson.
I did my student teaching at Valencia Elementary School here in Portales. I had two great cooperating teachers, Miss Reyes and Miss Sanchez, and they taught me so much along with my students. Ever since I was little, I knew I wanted to be two things, a cowgirl and a teacher, and my parents have helped me do both. Every single break, Christmas break and summer break, they have driven here from North Carolina and back with my horses and my dog, and they've helped me accomplish both of my dreams. And I'll be going home to North Carolina over the summer. I'll work alongside my brother to combine my knowledge that I've learned here and my knowledge of farming to teach the children of our community. And yeah, I'm excited.
Mariah Ruvalcaba Vasquez.
Hey guys, so my name's Mariah, and I'm a little nutty, so I'm gonna go on a little story. So when I was about 15 years old, I was working as a lifeguard, and I was a swim instructor for little kids. And it just happened that Brian Dunlap, my middle school teacher, was my boss at the time, and he was very loud. I was very quiet. He came up to me, he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, guys, I'm in trouble." He was like, "I think you have a future working with kids." And I was like, "I don't know. I'm like 15. I just have a worker's permit." So then I went to high school where I met Victoria Stuchel, and she was my yearbook advisor. And she pulled me to the side again, and she was like, "Hey, I see a future for kids like you have it. You have that special thing, just like everyone else on this stage." And then again, Susan McKenney and Megan McKenney, my cheerleading coaches. When I was a senior, I got to choreograph the little girls' dances, and they pulled me aside again. And they're like, "Hey, I think that's where you need to be." And at this point, I was a senior, and I was like, "Okay, here I go. Here I am at Eastern." And then once I actually got here, I seen the light, I seen what everyone was wanting me to do, and I finally got to feel it for myself, and I'm so thankful that Eastern gave me that opportunity. I also want to thank my family and my Pookie Bear back there. I love you guys, and thank you guys for all attending.
Okay, one more round of applause for all of our graduates. We are so very proud of you. When we finish here, families, friends, faculty, please meet us in the lobby for cake and strawberry lemonade. It's fabulous. So, oh, yes, ma'am?
Dr. Lynch, thank you for letting me uncry on you.
I love it. I love it. My last charge for you, whatever you do, work with that with all of your heart, okay? So as you go out into these schools and touch these children's lives, I know you've got this, okay? You're gonna be amazing, and I'm so proud of you, so proud of you. So, congratulations. Please stay. Please use the backdrops. We'll move the table out of the way. There's one out in the lobby and one here. Thank you so much for attending and supporting our students. My apologies, I just forgot. I'm so sorry. When we're finished having cake, we would love for you all to join us. We have a taco food truck. Who doesn't love a taco on an afternoon? Please come over to the education building and have tacos with the faculty. You're all invited. We'd love to have you. It's all paid for. Just go up to the food truck and tell them how many tacos you want. So we would love to have all of you. My apologies.